Hey, what up, Coconut Crew? Tropical Zach here with another video brought to you by hikingmyownhike.net. And this is the third video in my series about what makes up my backpacking gear system. And this video is all about Pyromania. In this video, we're going to be going through my fire making kit and all the components that make up that. Now, I love to make a fire while I'm out in the backcountry. I think a campfire is one of the greatest experiences that you can have while you're backpacking. And so we're going to explore how my kit is made. I use different components depending on the time of year and the type of backpacking that I'm doing. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before I go too far into this, I do want to disclose to you that this is my backpacking fire making kit. It is not my bushcrafting fire making kit. This is purely for backpacking. So there's a lot of simplicity to it, but I think you'll find that it's super easy and fun to be able to make a fire while you're out in the backcountry and to be able to do it safely. Now, let me go ahead and just say that the single most valuable thing in your fire making kit is going to be your ability to know when, where, and how to make a fire. If you don't know those three things, there is no reason for you to be making a fire. The when is really important. Obviously, you shouldn't be making fires when there's a burn ban going on. The where is also equally as important. Obviously, you don't want to be able to make a fire in a place where there's a lot of wind, where you can have sparks that can go and fly and catch something else on fire. And then, of course, the most important skill to be able to have is knowing how to build a fire. There are lots of techniques that you can find on the internet and in classes as well as on YouTube. You'll see them everywhere. I'm not going to go through fire making techniques, but I am just letting you know that if you don't have really good skills on building a fire, spend some time practicing that. Go someplace where you can create a fire and just practice making fires over and over and over again. Do it in the rain, do it in the wind, do it when it's snowing out. Do it whenever you can so that you know how to make a good fire for backpacking. I'm not talking about going out and being a pyromaniac and burning things down. I'm talking about making a campfire. So let's jump right into it. Like all of my kits, I have them in an individual stuff sack so that I can recognize where they are. This one happens to just be a basic nylon sack. It is red. That way I know that all of my fire making kit is in here. Harvesting wood while you're backpacking is one of the most tedious jobs that you're going to have while you're trying to make a campfire, but it has to be done. So you're looking for dead wood, and then when you find that dead wood, you need to be able to harvest it. You need to be able to cut it and split it so that you can make a campfire with it. One of the best tools to be able to have with you while you are doing that are a pair of leather gloves. They are a little bit of a weight penalty, and so sometimes if I'm really being weight conscious, I'll just bring one glove with me, and that's fine. But these help you so that your hands don't get all marred up or splinters in them while you're harvesting the wood. They also help when you are making the fire so that if you need to move the wood around a little bit, you've got something that will not burn your fingers. Now, of course, you can go around on the ground and you can pick up dead branches and break those, but it is also very nice to be able to have something that you can harvest the firewood with. One of the best tools for you to be able to have is a saw. Now, this right here is a pruning saw. It's a folding pruning saw right here so that the blade stays on the inside. This just happens to be an old one. There are lots of different styles out there. There are lots of different brands out there, but just having one of these folding saws so that you can saw some of the wood into more manageable pieces, that is going to make a huge difference for you. Recently, I came across this device by Fiskars, and basically what it is a folding saw, just like this, but what's really cool about it is that it uses Sawzall blades, and you can actually interchange them. So this happens to be a pruning blade, but you can change them out for any type of blade that you want. They lock right back in place, and then it folds up very, very compact. Just to kind of compare it with my folding saw, this was the Fiskars, this is the folding saw, so you have an idea of size. This is a little bit lighter just because it's wood and there's no real metal in it. This has metal and plastics, so this is a little bit heavier, but not by much. And I tell you, I really, really like this one right here. For batoning, which is when you've taken some of your cut wood and you split it in half, there's a couple things that you can use. One of the things that I happen to have is a knife. This is a Gerber knife. It is a folding knife. It's pretty robust. And then I can just go ahead and put this onto the wood and baton it down. The other type of batoning device that I use is a small hatchet. This is an Ozark Trails hatchet. It's pretty inexpensive. I think I got it at Walmart. It's very thin. It's very lightweight. It's perfect for backpacking so that I can use this to chop the wood and split it into various pieces. That way I have plenty of dry firewood to be able to use when I'm making a fire. So now that you've got all of your wood harvested, you need to find a way to be able to ignite it. And so often you can use small tinder around the campsite, or you can bring some small fire starters with you. I happen to be partial to 3 different types of fire starters that I bring. One of them are these fire sticks. It's by Coughlin. They are a sawdust that is held together by a flammable wax. And then basically what I'll do is I'll break them in half. And then what I've got is I've got one for the morning fire, one for the evening fire. They light relatively quickly. They last about 3 to 5 minutes. And from that, I can usually get a pretty decent fire going. The other type of fire starter that I'll use are Esbit cubes. Now these will last you for about 5 minutes in a fire. They are basically just a wax-based product that is held together into a little compressible block. And then you light those, you can put them in with all your tinder, and they can definitely get a fire going very quickly. I do like them. They're waterproof. You can toss them into the water and then pull them out. They'll be completely dry. So those are a great little fire tube to be able to have. And then finally, the last one that I bring with me from time to time will be these Outdoor Vitals Pyro Putty. It is basically a some type of cotton fabric or something of that nature. It kind of pulls apart like this, you can see. And then it's covered with a solution, a wax that catches a flame or a spark really, really well. These work fantastic if you've got some wet material and you just kind of want to split that wet material and then put this in there and then light the pyro putty. It helps get the inside of that wet material going as far as a flame. I don't know what the temperature is as far as the flame that comes out of this, but I know that it's pretty hot. It lasts, depending on how much you put on there, it lasts several minutes, and you can get a decent fire going with the pyro putty. So now you've got everything together. You've got your wood harvested, you've got it split, you've got your fire starters ready. You know how to make a fire, when to make a fire, where to make a fire. Now you actually need an ignition source. And so to be able to have that ignition source, there are lots of different options. Now remember, this is not a bushcrafting channel, this is not a car camping channel, this is a backpacking channel. And so for me, I like it simple. And so all I bring with me is a lighter. That's it, that's all I need. Now there are lots of different types of lighters out there. There are Zippos, there are Scriptos, there are Bics. You can also use different fire starting tools such as flint and steel or sparking devices, magnesium, whatever it is that you like, go ahead and use that obviously. But for me, I just like it basic and simple, and so just a little lighter. This one right here is, I think it's almost a no-name lighter. I picked it up because it's got a, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a jet to it. So it actually works quite a bit better than just the regular flame. This is a windproof lighter, and I like that just in case there is a little bit of a breeze when I'm trying to make the fire. So that's my fire making kit in a nutshell. It's a pretty basic kit, doesn't have anything overly complex to it. Has a way to be able to harvest the wood, has a way to be able to ignite the wood, has a way to be able to maintain the fire. Remember, this is a series about what I get to choose from right now in my backpacking system. It doesn't mean that this is what I have always used or what I will always use. So it gives me a chance to kind of grow as a backpacker, as I hope this video gives you a chance to be able to grow. I hope you found value in this video, and if you did, please do consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up for the video. And I would really appreciate it if you left me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video, also what you use when you're out making a fire in the backcountry. That helps me maybe tweak and adjust my kit. And if I could leave you with one final piece of sage advice, it is to remember that every day just gets better and better. Thanks for watching.